Shalom, shalom, Israel. Give honor to the Most High and Son Yahushua. We are the Battle Axes coming at you with another Monday night class, Monday night Dine-In, where we don't dine with the swine. We always give praise, honor, and glory to our Maker for giving us the allowance to be amongst the living. As we know, man, these death angels are out here, these spirits of more spirits of the Most High God, man, they out here, man, they doing their work. And the peace is him that has them to do it. So the Most High God said it needs to be done and it must need be, therefore it's going to be. So we thank the Most High every day that we have the allowance to get more understanding, wisdom, and knowledge in this truth, in this kingdom of that's not for us, as we are pressing forward the mark to the world to come, or the kingdom to come. Like I said, we give our honor and glory to the Most High, to His Son Yahushua. We give big double honors to brothers around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity and truth, man, pushing it with the most respect. We give honor to brothers and as well as the sisters, man, that's being what? Submissive, man, humble, house women, keepers at home, learning in submission, right? So we just want, the world needs to see these things. And this is exactly what we need to show the world to come up out of this world. Like I said, we're looking for the kingdom to come. Tonight's class, we're going to be content, but not complacent. Be content, but not complacent. Those are two words that are similar, but also have very different meanings to them. Content versus complacent. So we want to be content in this walk, in this truth, being who we are, but we don't want to be complacent in this knowledge, in this understanding, in this wisdom. First precept we'll pull. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 4 and 10.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10. We are fools for Christ's sake.
We are fools for Christ's sake. I will be all you want me to be for the sake of my Shaki Yahushua and the Most High God. We are fools for Christ's sake. What are them Negroes doing in the curtains? Why are these Negroes out on the streets every weekend, every Sabbath? We are fools for Christ's sake reason.
But ye are wise in Christ.
But the more we are fools in the sake of the world, we are being more wise and get more wisdom in Christ's stead, in the Most High God's eyes, right? Read out.
We are weak,
but
ye are strong.
And we know that we are the weaker, like we are the woman in this marriage to the Most High God in the Christ, right? So we are the woman, so we are the weaker vessel in this thing, right? We are weak, but what?
But ye are strong.
But the Most High is strong, man, right? Christ is strong, man. Read out.
Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
And we know that as well as our king was despised as well. But we know the Most High God is honorable, man, above all things, man. Like we said, big honor and glory to our Maker, man, the Most High God, the King of Kings, man, right? But we are despised. We are despised as a nation of people. We are despised for having what? The law, statutes, and commandments, for being the chosen seed of the Bible. Read on.
Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted.
He said we hunger, we thirst, we are naked and buffeted, right? Read on.
And have no certain dwelling place.
And we have no certain dwelling place because America is not our home. This is not our dwelling place. We are trying to get to New Jerusalem. We're trying to get to the kingdom of come, man. But this is not our dwelling place. Read.
And labor, working with our own hands.
And we know we are the laborers of this kingdom, man. Working with our hands. This is literal, man, as well, man. We are the laborers. We labor for Christ, though, right? We labor for the Most High God. Read out.
Being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted,
we are being reviled. We're being ridiculed and talked about each and every day, right? We are being ridiculed. We are being persecuted, man. As we see it, man. Brothers and sisters getting killed for nothing, man. Getting knocked down for nothing, man. For being the chosen seed. That's what it is. Read out.
We suffer it.
But we what?
We suffer it.
We suffer it, though, man. That's part of being content. That's a part of contentment, man. Knowing that we are being ridiculed, reviled, we are being persecuted for Christ's sake, for the Most High God's sake, yet we suffer, right? We go through it because we know the bigger picture. We know the accolades and the higher price that we are trying to get to. We know the end game of this thing, right? And we're trying to get to the end game as well as be that new world, that beginning of the end thing, right? But Jacob is the end, for Esau is the end of the world, but Jacob is the one that follows. So we know the end game and we know the new game, right? To come. But we do these things and we go through these things, ridicule, reviled, and we suffer it, though. We take it with a cheerful countenance, right? That's part of being content, man. Knowing who you are, knowing where you're trying to go, man. We be content and we suffer it, though. Read 12 again. That's tough, man.
Verse 12 from the top. And labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer.
Being persecuted, we suffer, man. Read on.
Being defamed, we entreat.
Read that again.
Being defamed, we entreat.
We entreat. Read on.
We are made as the filth of the world.
Read that again. We
are made as the filth of the world.
We are made as the filth of the world, man. They look at us like we nothing, man. The niggers and trash. You know, just nothing, filthy, man. That's why they call us black, man. Dirty, nothing, right? Read on.
And are the offspring of all things unto this day.
Read on.
I write not these things to shame you, but as my beloved sons, I warn you.
And Paul said, I write these things not to shame you, but to forewarn you of things that are going to come. We are going to be looked down upon. We are going to be defamed, but we entreat, right? We are made as the filth of the world and discourse of all things. But like verse 12 say, what? We suffer it. So I give you these things not to shame you, but to warn you that these things must come to pass, man. That these things are going to come to pass. But like I said, we be content with it because we suffer it, man. We suffer it for Christ's sake because, like we said, we are fools for Christ's sake. We'll be a fool for the Most High God all day, any day, right? Let's go to 1 Timothy 1 and 6. And before we do, I want to read the definition of the word content. Content is in a state of peaceful happiness, satisfied, a state of satisfaction, right? These are all things of content. Satisfied, satisfaction, a state of peacefulness, peaceful happiness. We have to be happy and in a peaceful state, knowing that we're going to get ridiculed, knowing that we're going through a lot of things in this world, but we know the end game. That's what we need to be content about, right? Let's go to 1 Timothy 1 and 6.
It's the book of 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6.
Read.
From which some having swerved have turned aside unto vain juggling.
Jangling. From which some having swerved have turned aside unto vain jangling. Read on.
Desiring to be teachers of the law, understanding neither what they say, nor whereof they are framed.
So a lot of people affirm, a lot of people desire to be teachers of the what? Of the law. This is what we should be teaching, right? But these pastors and things, they're not teachers of the law. They're teachers of filthy lucre's sake, right? They're teachers of self. They're like the scribes and the Pharisees. We desire to be teachers of the law, but we are not really teachers of the law. The word is not teaching the law, man. That's why I said we give honor to brothers and sisters that's out here showing the world how to keep the law. Read on.
But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully.
He said, but we know that the law is good if a man uses it lawfully. Man, I did not want that, but that was a good precept, man. Go to 2 Timothy 1 and 6.
It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 6. Wherefore, I put thee in remembrance that thou stir up the gift of God.
So we got to be in remembrance, man. Guess what? Our forefathers and our foremothers, they were content with being Israelites, man. Their that multitude that always followed, and with that remnant that the Most High always left, we were content with being who we were. We were content with being different, man. With being set apart, right? With wearing different clothes than other people. If being the salt of the earth, we were content about that. He said, wherefore I put thee in remembrance, man. To stir up that gift of God, man. That was a gift from the Most High God to make us different, man. To make us a special, holy people. Right? A nation of priesthood, man. But we got to stir up our remembrance, man. Right? You see all these archaeological facts of our people being depicted in what? Fringes, right? Beard, right? Waves in their head, dreadlocks, braids, whatever the case may be. We have to be content with who we are, man. Like we say, sisters will love to put this other hair in their head, but know that we have the best hair on the planet. We have to be content with that, man, right? Go to Philippians 4:11. So he's saying we got to stir up our minds to be in remembrance of things, man. That's how we go get back to being content as a nation of people.
It's the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 11.
Read it out.
Not that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am.
He said, read that again.
Not that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned.
For I have what?
For I have learned.
For I have learned what?
In whatsoever state I am. Therewith to be content.
To be content. He said, I have learned that whatever state I am in, I have learned to be content with. Whether I'm rich and well off, or whether I'm just barely making it get by, I learn to be content with that, right? This is the things that we have to do, brothers and sisters. We have to learn, like I said, put our minds in remembrance and learn, reteach ourselves again how to be content, man. With what we have, man. We're looking for more than we can handle. We want blessings that the Most High can't bless us with because that blessing will turn into a curse. If you're not ready for the blessing that the Most High God wants to give you, it'll become a curse to you. Because the money that He'll give you, now you're going to sin with it because you're not ready to receive that blessing, right? The husband or the wife that He give you, now you'll mess that whole situation up because you wasn't ready to receive that husband or that wife. So be content, brothers, and this is mainly for the sisters. Sisters want husbands so bad. They want them so bad. I talk to sisters on a daily basis. What do I need to do? How can I do it? Hey, be content where you're at right now. Evidently, the Most High is still working with you to get to that next level, or He wants you to be content in the situation that you're in right now. Like the Bible said, love yourself first. How you gonna have somebody else gonna love you if you ain't love your own self? You're looking for love, but you ain't love your own self. You want somebody to love you, but you ain't caring enough about yourself to love yourself. Be content with what the Most High God gives you at this moment right now. You can't receive blessings that you are not ready to receive. The Most High God is the maker and the creator. He's the Father. He knows if you're ready to receive that next blessing or not. So we got to make sure we be content. But Philippians, he said, I learned. It's a learning thing, brothers and sisters. Because the world doesn't learn or teach you to be content. What does the world teach us to do? I got to get the bag. Got to get the bag. Bag out the bag out the bag. Right? 1 million, 2 million, 100,000, 200,000. The world don't teach you to be content. The world teach you to always want more, man. Only thing we should want more is what? Law, statutes, and commandments. Understanding and wisdom, man. We need to be content. Read this again, huh?
Verse 11 from the top. Not that I speak in respect of one, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am.
So I have learned in whatsoever state I am. What?
Therewith to be content.
Therewith to be content in whatever comes my way, in whatever situation I'm in, I've learned to take it for what it is. That's what we have to do, Israel. Read on.
I know both how to be abased.
He said, I know both have to be abased. What? Meaning having a lot of things, right? I know because I've had to learn. I've had it. And just like we know Israel, we've been on top. Where we? Come on, man. Ain't now brother and sister here can say, well, it wasn't a point of my life where I was doing what I wanted to do. I had what I wanted to have, right? We all had these points in our lives. So Paul is letting us know, man, getting us back into remembering who we are. Philippians giving us understanding. I know both how to be abased, how to have a lot, and what?
And I know how to abound.
And I know how to abound and not have much. Right? But I've been content with having a base things or being abound, man. Having a lot or having a little, we have to learn how to be content in our blessing. Because having a lot is a blessing. Having a little is still a blessing, right? Life itself is a blessing, man. We got to look at things in this nature, man. Besides, I know both how to be a base and I know how to be abound. Read on.
Everywhere and in all things.
Everywhere and in all things. Not just some things. In all things. Money, fame, fortune, riches, whatever the case may be. Marriages, relationships, in the truth. Like I said, being a side post holder, being a teacher, being a reader, I have learned how to accept and be content with what I am and who I am. In all things. Read up.
I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry.
He said, I am instructed to both be full and hungry. Read that again, man.
I am instructed.
Right there.
I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry.
He said, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, man, right? This is going into a base and a bound. This is going to what? Having a lot, having a little, man. He said, I'm instructed both to be full and to be hungry. Read on.
Both to abound and to suffer need.
Both to abound and to be in suffering, man. Right? Go to Proverbs 30. I love this precept, 30 and 8. It's going to the same thing. He said, I learned how to be both full and to be hungry, man, right? So it gotta be, it has to be a middle place for us. We have to learn to be content with where we need to be. Because guess what? I don't need to have too much. Because I know myself. Some people don't need to have too much. That's why we have brothers and sisters in this truth that what? They have more money than others. They give, like we said, the GoFundMe and the Cash App. The Most High has blessed them to understand that they've learned how to handle their situations. Right? Now they are content. It's Proverbs 30 and 8.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Remove far from me vanity and lies.
It said, remove far from me vanity and lies. Read on.
Give me neither poverty nor riches.
He said, give me neither poverty nor riches, man. Read on.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
Read that again.
Feed me food convenient for me.
Feed me with food that's convenient for me. That's just enough for me. Right? I don't need the 2-3 plates that brother need or sister need. Just give me the one plate because that's what's content for me. That's all I need. Right? We have to be able to understand ourselves. I don't need the extra piece. No, I'm straight. I just need what's content for me. Right? He said, feed me with food convenient for me. Read on. Why?
Lest I be full and deny thee.
Lest you give me too much. And then I start what? Taking it in vain. That's what brothers and sisters got to understand, man. Be content with what's convenient for you, man. That's why the Bible says, know ye not your own self. Something that's for Brother Ocean, it might not be for me. That's not convenient for me that was convenient for Brother Ocean. Something for Brother Charles might not be convenient for me. But I make sure I'm content with what I do have, right? We seem to look and deem to look at other people for what they have, not knowing what they're going through with having it. For real, man. Everything is not for you. Every friend is not for you, right? Everything is not for you. But you want what's convenient for you, right? Read 9 again.
Verse 9 from the top. Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, who is the Lord?
You not forget about the maker. You start giving me too much. Hell, I got S550s and big Beamer Bentleys in the driveway. Hell, I'm forget about my maker. That's just like these rich millionaires of our own nation. I can join be damned if he go back. Oprah Winfrey and be damned if they go back. Right? Ain't doing nothing for the community to help them out. But they be damned if they go back. Let's not be fooled and say, who is the Lord? I got this on my own. I'll bust my ass. But the Most High God gave you breath each and every day to try to bust your ass. Gave you the opportunity and the help to bust your ass, right? Gave you the jumping ability, gave you the speaking ability to be able to do these things. We know.
Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my God in vain.
Or lest I be poor and steal. I would say it's a balance, man, right? The Most High know, we know the Most High says it's a balance that we must have. It's a whole balance in this thing. Don't give me too much. Don't give me too less, right? But just give me just right. What's the story of the birds with the porridge? See what the baby said. This is too hot. Yeah, they just said this is too hot. Goldilocks and the free bird, whatever that makes. But it's understanding behind that. He said, nah, that's too hot. Went to the next one, nah, that's too cold. But then went to the last one, that's just right. That's for me. Be able to be in that situation where you can actually say, this is just for me. I'm content with this. But my lot is my lot, and I'm content with that. Man. Whether it be riches, or whether it be average, or whether it be just an average life, man, hey, we have to learn to be content with that thing, man, right? Let's get that Proverbs chapter 11. Let's go and get that, man. Because it's a balance, man. Like you said, you give me too much, I forget about my God. You give me too less, now I start doing things, taking the name of God and being wicked, breaking all kind of laws now. Lord and a man, we should not steal, right? But it's a balance, man. Read this out.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 1.
Bring it out.
A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
Read that again.
A false balance is abomination to the Lord.
A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, man. A false balance, that's an abomination. You better want to get this thing balanced. You better be content with just where you at, right? Because if you go off that balance, that's an abomination. Then you start like Matthew 6, man. Where your treasure is, where your heart is, that's where your treasure be. If you give him too much money, that's where his heart and treasure go. If you don't give him enough money, that's where his heart and treasure go be. He want more. But the Most High make a way for us each and every day with just as much as we need, man. Right? You might not have that extra money to go get you a new lawnmower that you wanted that you had priced the other day, but you still get your yard cut, right? You might not have that money to go buy you a big steak dinner, you know what I'm saying, big elk and things like that, but you still got a nice sandwich waiting for you that'll still get you full when you get home, right? Come on, man. The Most High said it's a balance, man. Be content with what's convenient for you, man. Right? Go to Hebrews 13:5. We got to start learning how to be content with what we got, man. I'm talking to myself, too. You know, we all go through these spells where you don't have what you used to have. Last summer, man, I was the man. I was the man in the city. Ain't nobody messing with me. You can ask all of them. You can ask all of them. I was the man last summer. This summer, it's not as well as it was last summer, but guess what? I'm still making ends meet. I'm still doing what I need to do. I ain't never went a day home. You can see that. Hungry word. You know what I'm saying? Not having enough sleep, where a win. Right? A balance, man. Look, the Most High God for that, man. He knows what's fit for us. Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 5.
Bring it out.
Let your conversation be without covetousness.
Let your conversation be without covetousness. Because a lot of times when we want extra things, it's because we covet. It's because we see what somebody else got. Yeah, sis got a nice Benz, man. Damn, what I got to do to get me a Benz? A lot of times it comes from covetousness, man. When the Most High says that we should not covet things, man. Like when you covet, you're not being acceptable or having what's convenient for you. When you covet, you want something else. You want more than what the Most High done gave you. Right? Read that again.
Let your conversation be without covetousness.
Read on.
And be content with such things as ye have.
Read that again, man.
And be content with such things as ye have.
And be content with such things as ye have. Whatever you have, be content with that thing, man. Hey, it's a tough precept, man. Read on.
For he has said, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee.
And if you really have trust in the Most High God, then you know. When it's up, it's up. When it's down, it's down. But you know that the Lord will never leave you nor forsake you in your up or in your down. Right? Knowing that it's going to be a blessing coming right around the corner. Like I always say, I've been watching the New Edition. Storms will come. This we know for sure. Can you stand the rain, though? Sunshine is there. And it's always sunny. But just when that cloud comes, that thunder cloud comes with the lightning and that thunder, can you handle them days, though? Storms will come. Come on, man, you know. That's who we are in Israel, man. This we know. Come on. Been watching. But that is, like I said, I always go back to music because guess what? Music was to my heart, man. It was something that I picked up in the world. And now I try to do music for the world of Israel, man. Now I try to take those evil words that we used to talk about, and now I try to bring some positive vibes to the nation of Israel, man, right? And we know that, man, we're going to have music and songs, man. I'll do the songs of David, man. Right? So we just need to make sure that we, like I said, it's a balance, that we be content and not covetousness, man, with things that we have. Go to Deuteronomy 31 and 6. You can really start at 5. Content without covetousness, man. That's easy to say, but it's hard. You see somebody else with them J's, you want them J's, man. You got a shirt in the closet that'll buzz it up. You feel like I get them J's, man. I'm gonna show you how to wear them J's, man. Well, sister, I'm gonna show you how to wear these here, right? But you don't want to covet things, man. Be complacent. And like I said, it's a difference between content and complacent. I don't really want to touch the word complacent right now. We're gonna get to that. But you want to be content, right? Read 31 and 5, Deuteronomy.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 31, verse 5. And the Lord shall give them up before your face, that ye may do unto them according unto all the commandments which I have commanded you.
The laws, read out.
Be strong and of a good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, it is that doeth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee.
Now, these are like, now who is this talking? Who is talking to who? Moses is talking to Joshua. This is cold-blooded. I don't know if y'all gonna see what I'm gonna get up out of this, but read on, I'm gonna see if y'all get where I'm going.
And Moses called unto Joshua and said unto him, in the sight of all Israel,
read on.
Be strong and of good courage. For thou must go with this people unto the land which the Lord has sworn unto their fathers to give them.
Read on.
And thou shalt cause them to inherit it.
Go ahead.
And the Lord, he it is that doeth what that doth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed.
So Moses is giving charge to Joshua, let him know. Because what did the Most High tell Moses? I'm gonna let you see it, but you're not gonna touch the holy city, right? You're not gonna get to that promised land, right? You're not gonna see it. You're gonna only see it. You're not going though. Moses was still content with just seeing it to still give Joshua the charge and let him know, hey brother, it's in your hands now. Who gonna do that? Who can do that? Who the Lord come to one of us right now and say, yeah, you ain't going. Go tell your brother. Who can do that? Just like when the Most High was taking the kingdom from Saul. Saul wasn't able to take that. He wanted to kill David for that. Moses could have been in that same situation. But Moses was what? content with the work that he had done for the Most High. He was content with just seeing it, man. He still let Joshua know and gave Joshua the Torah. You gotta teach, you gotta lead the people, man. It's on you now, man, right? It's like passing over the league. It's like the basketball league. Jordan give it to Kobe now, right? It's your league now, Kobe. Kobe give it to LeBron, whoever. It's your league now. This is what Moses did. Moses said, man, it's your turn now. I'm content. I'm happy with the work I did. I'm content. I'm not tripping, right? That's cold-blooded, man. He went to Moses and Joshua and told him, man, you up next, man. Be strong and be a good courage. He let them know it's good. They go piss you off sometime, basically. Right? See, we just seeing the words this, but Moses probably like, man, these wicked Negroes, man, they go try, they gonna try you, they gonna tempt you. You know what I'm saying? But be strong, man. I'm telling you. Give them the game. Right? Hey, that's content, man. That's being content, man. That is definitely being content, right? Let's get to another. Let's go to a story in the Bible, man. Let's go to Ahab. King Ahab, wicked brother, man. He was not content with what he had. Let's go to 1 Kings 21. Yeah, we go. I want to go somewhere, but I feel bad. 1 Kings chapter 21. Start at verse 1.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 21, verse 1.
Read.
And it came to pass after these things that Naboth, the Jezreelite, had a vineyard, which was in Jezreel.
So he had a vineyard. He had like a garden, right? Read on.
Hard by the palace of Ahab, king of Samaria.
It was right by Ahab, right?
And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs.
So now, Naboth got his own damn vineyard. But now Ahab got his own damn vineyard, but now he see Naboth's vineyard that's right by his. He said, man, go on and give me your vineyard too, man. Right? I'll pay you for it. I'll pay you for it. He already what? Covered. He's already covering another man's property, right? Read on.
Because it is near unto my house.
And that's his reason. It's right by my house. You might as well go on and give it to me, man. Read on.
And I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it.
So he's like, I'll give you something better, man. I just want this one because it's right by my house. But I'll give you a better one. Read on.
Or if it seem good to thee, I will give thee the worth of it in money.
The worth of it in money. He said, I either pay you what is owed, or I give you a better one, man. Whatever you want, man, I give it to you. Read up.
And Naboth said to Ahab, the Lord forbid me that I should give the inheritance of my fathers unto thee. And Ahab came into his house heavy and displeased because of the word which Naboth, the Jezreelite, had spoken to him.
So he was like, man, this is the inheritance from my father, man. You know, us as a nation of people, we don't really have a lot of inheritance. Only thing we inherited is what? The curses. That's what we inherited. We don't get a lot of inheritance from our fathers and our grandfathers, right? Houses and vineyards and fields. You know, we some do, right? But we don't really have this as much as a nation. So Ahab noticed, man, the Bible's like, I'm not going to give you what my father gave you for an inheritance, man. Inheritance is what you do. You pass that down, right? Generation to generation. That should be Naboth's son's vineyard after him, right? That's inheritance. You don't want to stop the inheritance of what you have to give to your next generation, man. But Ahab wanted it. And Naboth is telling them, man, that's inheritance from my father, man. I'm not going to give you that. Read on.
For he had said, I will not give thee the inheritance of my father. And he laid him down upon his bed and turned away his face, and would eat no bread.
And he got mad, he cried, he pouted, he laid on his bed. You know, you go to your bed, you go in your head on the face, right? Just pouting, man. Like a little sissy, man. Read out.
But Jezebel, his wife, came to him and said unto him,
oh man, but Jezebel, she came to him. What she say?
Why is thy spirit so sad that thou eatest no bread?
Say, why your spirit sad, man? You ain't eating nothing. What's wrong with you? Read out.
And he said unto her, because I spake unto Naboth, the Jezreelite, and said unto him, give me thy vineyard for money, or else, if it please thee, I will give thee another vineyard for it. And he answered, I will not give thee my vineyard.
So he asked, he run it down to Jezebel, man. I told him I'd give whatever money, more land. And he don't want to give it to me. Read on.
And Jezebel, his wife, said unto him, dost thou now govern the kingdom of Israel? Arise and eat bread.
Say to the king. That's how the women do. Boy, hold on. You're her power. You the king. Whatever you want, you should get it. What are you talking about? You the king, you can't. Come on, man. Don't you run Israel? What's wrong with you? Read on.
And let thine heart be merry. I will give thee the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite.
He said, don't worry about it. I'm going to get it for you. I'm going to get it for you. But we know Deuteronomy 5:21. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, nor his field, man, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. You're not supposed to covet that. So right now, they're going to go into what? Law breaking right here. This is what covetousness do. Like we said, we need things that are convenient for us. Because if you give me too much, I'm going to forget that. I'm going to forget my God. If you don't give me enough, I'm going to start what? Breaking laws, right? Read on.
So she wrote letters in Ahab's name and sealed them with his seal. And sent the letters unto the elders and to the nobles that were in his city, dwelling with Naboth.
So she sent letters lying. Let's see what she said.
And she wrote in the letters, saying, proclaim a fast and set Naboth on high among the people.
Said, proclaim a fast and set Naboth on high among everybody, man. This the king, man. Right? Read on.
And set 2 men, sons of Belial,
Belial,
before him to bear witness against him, saying, thou didst blaspheme God, and the king, and then carry him out and stone him that he may die.
So she sent men of Belial, man. You know, that's going into wicked. That's the spirit of the devil is real right there, man. Going saying he did what? That he blasphemed against Ahab, right? That he lied against Ahab. They said, so she said, we're gonna go and stone him because he lied and blasphemed against Ahab. Read up.
And the men of his city, even the elders and the nobles, who were the inhabitants of his city, did as Jezebel had sent unto them. And as it was written in the letters which she had sent unto them, they proclaimed a fast and set Naboth on high among the people. And there came in 2 men, children of Belial, and sat before him. And a man of Belial witnessed against him, even against Naboth, in the presence of the people.
So the people witnessed against him, man, right? Now, she caused these people to sin, right? They didn't know. They just going off what the king's letter said, right? But she actually caused a multitude of people to sin because she wanted to give Naboth, she wanted to give Ahab Naboth's vineyard, right? Read on.
Saying, Naboth did blaspheme God and the king. Then they carried him forth out of the city and stoned him with stones. Then he died.
So they went on and fell through with it, man. They stoned Naboth, man, and he died because Jezebel, wicked, but wanted to get that vineyard from him, man. Not being content with what they got. This is a problem, man. This is what not being content does for you. That's why you get all these jack boys out here. They not content with what they got. They see something there, they want to go take it, right? This is the same account. Read on.
Then they sent to Jezebel saying, the bot is stoned and is dead.
Yeah, so they said, we followed through, he dead. We go, we stoned, right up.
And it came to pass, when Jezebel heard that Naboth was stoned and was dead, that Jezebel said to Ahab, arise, take possession of the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite, which he refused to give thee for money. For Naboth is not alive, but dead.
Read on.
And it came to pass, when Ahab heard that Naboth was dead, that Ahab rose up to go down to the vineyard of Naboth, the Jezreelite, to take possession of it.
So just like what? Adam and Eve, Adam ate the fruit, Eve gave it to him. Jezebel done did this wicked stuff and what? Ahab done went through with it. He know. Because he know damn well he didn't write no letters. But Jezebel told him, I got you, right? I'm going to make sure you get that vineyard. So now that the wickedness that came in and killed the Bible, is Ahab mad about it? No. He joined in on it, man. Already, I got my vineyard. Wickedness, man. Read on.
And the word of the Lord came to Elijah, the Tishbite, saying, arise, go down to meet Ahab, king of Israel, which is in Samaria. Behold, he is in the vineyard of Naboth, whither he is gone down to possess it. And thou shalt speak unto him, saying.
So the word of the Lord came to Elijah, man. Go speak to Naboth. Go speak to Ahab. Let him know what's going to happen, man, for what he done did. Read on.
Thus saith the Lord, hast thou killed and also taken possession?
So you done killed, right? And then you finna take somebody's possession. You done knocked them off, and then you double triple, right? Double trouble. Read on.
And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, thus saith the Lord, in the place where dogs lick the blood of Naboth.
Because when you stole somebody in the city, well, they body just laying there, right? You got the fowls, you got the dogs, you got everything coming and just get down to it right on. He said, but where the dogs lick the blood of Naboth, brother.
Shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine?
He said, where the dogs lick the blood of Naboth, go lick your blood. I mean, you gonna get the same treatment, man, for what you done did. That's gonna be your judgment, man. Read on.
And Ahab said to Elijah, hast thou found me, O mine enemy? And he answered, I have found thee, because thou hast sold thyself to work evil in the sight of the Lord.
And he sold himself to work evil. A lot of our kings, man, did wickedness, man, in the sight of the Lord, man, right? And what the Most High do, he had to show them judgment and knock them out. Same thing with the way today, man. A lot of us out here doing wickedness, and the Most High going to knock a lot of us out, man. Read on.
Behold, I will bring evil upon thee, and will take away posterity, and will cut off from Ahab him that pisseth against the wall, and him that is shut up and left in Israel.
So I'm gonna cut off all men, everything that you had that you were ruling, that you were open. I'm gonna shut that down. You're not gonna have that anymore. Read on.
And I will make thine house like the house of Jerubbaal, the son of Nebat.
Another wicked king, right? He said, I'm gonna make your house just like wicked Jerubbaal. Read on.
And like the house of Baasha, the son of Elijah, or Elijah, for the provocation wherewith thou hast provoked me to anger, and made Israel to sin.
And made Israel to sin, right? Let's get Leviticus 19. But what he did was to put a stumbling block before people, man. Then you call the people to sin, man, right? 19 to 14.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 14. Thou shalt not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind.
Because these people that went out and killed Ahab, they killed Naboth. Jezebel and them they put a stumbling block in front of them people. They were blind to the fact. They didn't know that they were doing wrong and evil and wicked. So it's not only murder that you don't put on Naboth, but you put murder on the hands of the innocent, man. Then you put a stumbling block in front of the people, man. Right? That's exactly what they did. Read on.
But thou shalt fear thy God. I am the Lord.
But if they would have really feared the Lord and had to fear the Lord, they wouldn't have did that. They wouldn't even thought about doing it, man. Right? So they put a stumbling block before these people, man. Let's go back. 22 again.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 21, verse 22. And will make thine house like the house of Jerubbaal, the son of Nebat, and like the house of Baasha, the son of Ahijah, for the provocation wherewith thou hast provoked me to anger, and made Israel to sin.
So they made Israel sin, man. We know a lot of kings did that, read on.
And of Jezebel also spake the Lord, saying, the dogs shall eat Jezebel by the wall of Jezreel.
So not only was he gonna get it, but Jezebel, wicked butt, was gonna get it too. Basically saying they was gonna get the same deal, right? For what y'all had did, for making Israel sin, to put a stumbling block in front of them, for coveting and not being content with what you had, you're gonna die just like them, right? I'm gonna take the kingdom from him, take it from him. And that's what he did, man. Let's go let's just give an account of wicked Ahab, man, what they did because they wasn't content with what they had. Let's go to Sirach, chapter 38. Start at verse 27.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 28.
Yeah, 38, 27.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 38, verse 27.
Bring it out.
So every carpenter and workmaster that labor night and day, and they that cut and grave seals, and are diligent to make great varieties, and give themselves to counterfeit imagery, and watch to finish their work.
We know.
The smith also sitting by the anvil.
So these are workers. Saying just like the carpenter and the workmaster, right? How they sit and they make the pottery, man. They grave the seals. They're diligent in every great variety of work that they do, right? And it said just like the smith, right? The weapon makers of this time, the things that they make. Also sitting by the anvil, read on.
And considering the iron work, the vapor of the fire wasted his flesh, and he fighted with the heat of the furnace.
So all this work that he's doing, he say he's fighting with the heat of the furnace, you know, because a carpenter, man, not a carpenter, a smith, man, they work around a lot of fire and heat because you have to beat the plowshares with heat. Only thing that's going to bring that stuff to what they want to work is heat. So it's a lot of hard work that they're doing. Read on.
The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears, and his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he makes.
So it's great. It's taking a lot of work, man. Basically, it's saying, man, it takes a lot of work, man, to be a carpenter. It takes a lot of work to be a smith, man. So you got to do things in order. You got to do things in the heat, in the sweltering. No, you got to make sure the things are right. Read on.
He set his mind to finish his work and watch it to polish it perfect.
He said he set his mind to finish his work and to watch it to polish it perfect. Man. See if y'all get wrong going, man. Who is the potter, man? The Most High, man. And the same way that we have to do our job and try to do our job to the utmost, the Most High did his job on us, man. Right? Made us perfectly, man. And whatever the work he did. Because he took the time to make you, right? You might say, yeah, my right leg longer than the other. It was perfect in the eyes of the Lord. Right? You might say my right big toe bigger than my left big toe. I got a little cut, and it don't matter. It was perfect in the Lord with the work that he put in, right? Read on.
So doth the potter sitting at his work and turning the wheel about with his feet.
So just like the potter sitting at his feet, turning the wheel with his feet. Read on.
Who is always carefully.
He is always what?
Is always carefully.
Always carefully what?
Set at his work. And make it all his work by number.
And making it by number. Read on.
He fashioned the clay with his arm. And bowed down his strength before his feet. And applied himself to lead it over. And he is diligent to make clean the furnace.
He says he is diligent to make clean of the furnace, man. Read 31.
Verse 31. All these trust to their hands, and everyone is wise in his work.
He said, all these trust in their hands, and everyone is wise in his work. They trust with their hands, right? They are wise in their work. The Most High God was wise in his work, man. We have to trust in what the Most High God made. According to what? Men that want to be women. Women that want to be men. Men that think that they should have more money or this or that. Women that think they should have more or be right. We have to be content with these things. Let's get a better account of that, though. Let's go to Jeremiah 18. Start at verse 1. I'm looking for a word.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 18, verse 1.
Read. Let's get this account.
The word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house.
Go down to the potter's house. Read out.
And there I will cause thee to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheels. And the vessel that he made of clay was mirrored in the hand of the potter.
It said a vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. Marred. What does marred mean? Marred. Might have had a little disfigured. Might have been off a little bit, right? The work that he made was marred. Now remember, it's a parable. He said the word came to Jeremiah, and the Lord said, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and I will cause you to hear my word, right? He said, and the vessel, verse 4, the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. Read up.
So he made it again, another vessel, and seemed good to the potter to make it.
He said, so he made it again. He said the vessel that he made was marred, so he made it again. Read up.
Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying.
So now Jeremiah's going to try to get the understanding of what he's saying. Read up.
O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Said the Lord.
He said, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? I can't do what this potter did. This potter what? Marred something, right? This potter kind of made a mistake on something, right? I can't do what this potter did, though. Because I don't make no mistakes. I'm not like the potter. I don't have to remake something over. I don't have to go back in there and make it again. Read verse 4 again.
Verse 4 from the top. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter.
In the hand of the potter, so what?
So he made it again, another vessel, and seemed good to the potter to make it.
So he said you got to make it again. But read verse 6, he said what?
Verse 6 from the top. O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Said the Lord. Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are ye in mine hand, O house of Israel.
He said, but as the clay is in the potter's hand, you are in my hand. Now the potter, the man, could have made a mistake, but I can't mark. What I made, right? Read on.
At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom, to pluck up and to pull down and to destroy.
Because guess what? Some brothers and sisters were made what? For destruction, man. So just because that's a wicked Negro, it was still made in the image. It was still made perfect in the eyes of the Lord, right? Even though he was out here doing wickedness, I mean, you can't get this brother to read the Bible or to take the time or day, not one time. It was still made through the hands of the Lord, therefore it was perfectly made, right? The Most High God didn't have to make it over, because what he made perfect, man, right? Going into what? Jacob and Esau. Well, why did you make the white man? He made him perfect. He made him for what he made him for. He made him to be a vessel of destruction for us, right? To be our sword, man, right? He said, we seem to think that sometimes mistakes are being made. Like people want to say, oh yeah, well, I should have been a girl. I said, oh yeah, you should. I made you exactly how I made you. I didn't mark. Like you said, I cannot do what this clay potter did, because everything I make is of good. The potter remade it again, right? It was like God said, nah, you was made. That's what it was made for. That's like the song. That's what it's made for. It was made for what it was made for, but everything by the Most High God was made perfect. Read on.
If that nation against whom I have pronounced from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them.
So you're saying, basically, give them understanding. You gotta return. You gotta change your ways, man. It's not me that messed up. Who messed up? You messed up. I made it perfect. It wasn't me that did the mistake. It was you that went a whoring. It was you that went going into other guys. It was you that had the idea of wanting to be a girl when you were a boy. It wasn't me, right? You made a mistake. He's saying, but if you get the understanding and return from your evil ways, I repent of the evil that I thought to do upon you. Then you know that guess what? We gotta be content with what the Most High God has made for us, man. How He made us, what He made us to be. The brother that He made you that brother. You gotta deal with that life. The sister that He made you to be that exact sister. What you have to do is find the contention in that sister that He made you. What we have to do is find that contention of the brother that He made us to be. So you gotta flourish in who you are. Like we said, know ye not your own self. I might not be this good at this, but damn it, I'm great at this, man. So now you find your contentness in that, man. You find your contention in that, right? Oh man, y'all gotta feel this, man. This is tough, man. This is tough, man. For real, man. The part of the Most I say, I ain't making you again. Damn it, I already made you. And I made you exactly how I needed to make you, man. Come on, man, that's tough, man. Go to Sirach. Go back to Sirach chapter 34. Verse 22. Yeah, Sirach 34 and 22. This what Ahab wicked but did.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, verse 22. Taking away his neighbor's living, slayed him.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living, he slayed him. That's the exact thing that Ahab did. He tried to take away his neighbor's living. Just like we do in this world today, man. We try to take something from our neighbor, man, right? Read that again.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayed him.
But it's already murder in the sight of you. You already taken from your brother what he is on. His contentment. He might have been content with his vineyard. Now you want to take that from him now. He can't be content no more. You already done killed him. Before you even killed him, you killed him already. Because now you took his contentment, right? Read that again.
He that taketh away his neighbor's living, slayeth him. And he that defraudeth the labor of his hire is a bloodshed.
Read on.
When one buildeth and another pulled it down, what profit have they then labor?
It said, when one buildeth and another put it down, what profit have they then but to labor? Because guess what? Some people go and mess up the works that we don't put in. The works that we trying to be content with, some people take our contentment out of that thing. The labor that we do each and every Sabbath going out there, you still get people that come out there and talk down against us, that try to pull brothers and sisters out of the spirit, right? Read on.
When one prayeth and another curseth, whose voice will the Lord hear?
Whose voice will the Lord hear, though? What is this going to? Be content with what you have to do. Just like in a relationship, the husband and the wife. If the husband is going out, what should the wife still do? Keep the commandments. You still got to do what you got to do. When one prayeth and another curses, whose voice will the Lord hear? You just stay in order, man. You just stay content. Vice versa, the husband doing everything he possibly can, but this woman just won't shut her mouth. You still teach her. You still show her the way. You still keep the laws and the commandments. Because whose voice will the Lord hear? The one that's being content and doing what he has to do. See, when you stoop down to go to organ all day, and now, well, I ain't doing it until she do it. Now you done lost your content. You ain't content no more. Now you done went into the ways of what she doing now. Now you done caused sin to come upon you, right? Jump over to 33 and 22.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 22. In all thy works, keep to thyself
preeminence.
The preeminence.
Keep to thyself preeminence, man. In all thy works, keep to thyself preeminence. Read up.
Leave not a string and thine honor.
Don't leave a stain on your honor. Meaning what? Do what you have to do, man. Be content with what you have to do, and don't leave a stain on your honor. That brother, that sister want to go out, they want to keep playing around, that's fine. But you don't leave a stain on your honor, man. Not a stain on me. Not one stain on me. You keep the commandments. You stay content to do what you have to do, man, right? Jump over to Sirach 29. Sirach 29 and 21.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
The chief thing for life is water.
The chief thing for life is water. Read up.
And bread.
And bread and what?
And clothing.
Uh-huh.
And in house to cover shame.
So these are the key things, man. Why are we complaining, brothers and sisters, when we have these things, man? Huh? Why are we complaining? The chief thing for life is water. We got water, we might have to pay for it, but damn it, we got it. And clothing and bread. We eat every day. You eat every day, brothers and sisters. I know you do. If you don't, call us. Come to the captains. Come to the brothers. We're going to make sure we eat every day. That's one thing we're going to do. Right? And clothing. And a house to cover shame. It might not be your own house, but damn it, you in a house. It don't matter if you got to go to the what they call the shelter. It's still a covering over your head, man. These are the things we have to be content with life with, man. These are the proper things, necessities that we have to have. And we know that we have these things, man. Now we see brothers and sisters out on the street corners, laying on these streets, pissing on these, and it's sad, man. It's a sad thing. But what are they missing? They're missing the law, statutes, and commandments. Come on, man. The Most High said, I love them that love me, man. He gonna love you. He gonna give you what you need, man, in your time. When you gotta show him love, which is keeping the commandments. Read 22.
Verse 22. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage.
Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage. Read on.
Than delicate fare in another man's house.
Than delicate fare in another man's house. You would rather have your own house if it was made out of sticks and shrubs. Right? You know it. I know y'all know it. I ain't been too long came out of this thing, man. I had to grow up and grow out, man. Staying in my grandfather's house, staying in my grandmother's house, to having your own house, man, it's priceless, man. Come on, man. Don't give a damn. It's mine, man. No matter what it is, man. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage. That poor man content though with that cottage, ain't he? I'm content with that one bedroom, content with that shack, right? Whatever the case may be, then the delicate fare in another man's house. That's how we have to be. Read on.
Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house.
He said, be it little or much, hold thee contented, though, man. Whether it be a lot or a little, Israel, you got to be content with these things, right? You cannot covet another man or another woman's wife because that's not your life. That's not your life. It's not. We have to be content, Israel. Oh yeah, let's go to Matthew, man. We'll read this again. Then we'll get into looking placement and get up out of it. Let's go to Matthew 20. Start at verse 1, man.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is in household, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard.
So it said the kingdom of God is like a householder who went to find laborers for his vineyard, right? Read on.
And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard.
So he agreed to each laborer to get what? A penny a day. They agreed, covenant, right? We agreed with the Most High God to keep these commandments, man. They agreed to work and receive a penny a day. Did he say any hours that they agreed on? He said they agreed to work a penny a day. He didn't say a specific amount of hours or nothing. Read out.
And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, I will give you. And they went their way.
So he saw people run by 3, man. Look, part of the day, man. But he told them, go put the work in, right? So some people started working around 3. Read up.
And he went out about the 6th and 9th hour and did likewise.
So he found some people around the 6th hour and found people around the 9th hour too. And they went to work, right? Some of them worked 10 hours, some of them worked 4 hours, some of them worked 2, whatever the case may be. Read on.
And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, why stand ye here all the day idle?
So he found some more people around 11 standing idle, man. And what they say?
They say unto him, because no man had hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall you receive.
So he said, guess what, y'all? Put in his work. My offer still stands. What you get? A penny a day. Read.
So when evening was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. So
the one that came at 3, 6, 9, 11, they all received a penny. But the ones at 11, they received a penny too. Read on.
And when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more.
But when the 3 o'clock and the 6 o'clock came, they supposed that they should get a little more. Hell no. I work 12 hours, 10 hours, man, 8 hours. These brothers work 1 hour, they got the same as I got. Read on.
And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good man of the house.
They murmured against the good man of the house. They was not content with what they agreed with. It was all fun and games until they saw somebody work 2 hours and get the same amount. But they agreed to that, man. It's going into being content with what you get, man. Read on.
Saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day.
Yeah.
But he answered one of them and said, Friend,
he said, what?
Friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny?
Basically, he said, well, call out my sin. You mad at me because I gave the ones that did only an hour or 2 work the same? I said that you was going to work for a penny a day. Call out my sin. Did I do something wrong? Did you work for the day? Yeah. Did you get your penny? What did I do wrong? Read.
Take that thine is, and go thy way. I will give unto this last, even as unto thee. He
said, I will give unto the last, even as unto thee, man. Also going to, it's going to be some brothers and sisters that put this work in not as long as we do, right? Are we going to be mad if they make it to the kingdom? Huh? Yeah, as long as you make it to the kingdom. Yeah, brother, I remember teaching you. Yeah, hey, all praises. I got my opinion, you got yours. Shit, all praises. We got to be content with that, man. Superb, but let you know that guess what? It's going to be something to get saved in the last trump, right? Are we going to be mad at the Most High God? But still give him what? He said that what? If you follow me, what? I'll make you fish of me. I'll give you what my father has many mentions, right? He didn't put a time frame on it. Israel. Some brothers think they've been pushing this 12 and 15 years, that this all, that's where you get into complacent. That's where you start getting into the word complacent. See, be content with what the Most High God will agree with, man. The agreement was to keep the commandments, man, throughout our generations, right? That was the agreement, to keep the commandments throughout our generation. But then, brothers and sisters get complacent because you start, I've been in the truth 10 years, I've been in the truth 15 years. Now you get complacent. Read on, though. I'll finish it up.
It is not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own. Is thine eye evil because I am good? So
he said, so my eye evil because I'm good? Because I'm good to the last, it's just as good as I am to the first? Yeah, if anything, I should have gave him what? A piece of food or something. But I gave him a penny as well, because that was my offer, man. Read on.
So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many are called, but few chosen.
Many are called in this work, but few are chosen, man. Let's get into this by complacent. This definition of complacent. Showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with oneself or with one's achievements. I don't know why I'm saying satisfaction, man. So like Israel, let me read that again. I can't get complacent with reading these words wrong. Showing smug or uncritical satisfaction with one's self or one's achievement. Man. That's what complacent is. You get complacent and you show satisfaction in what you've done thus far. Like it ain't no more work to get put in, right? There's plenty of work to be done here. Let's go to Zephaniah 1 and 12. Get a couple of accounts on how not to be. So you want to be content with what the Most High God gives you, but you don't want to be complacent in this walk, man. Zephaniah 1 and 12.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 12. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled.
He said, I will punish the men that are settled in what?
On their leaves.
On their leaves. The word leaves is going into like the weakest thing that you could possibly be complacent about. I want to make sure I get that definition because I want to try to. I had the definition, I ain't put it up. Leaves. Let's say, read that again.
And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their leaves. That say in their heart, the Lord will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Because they are settled on their leaves. The word leaves is the most worthless part or parts of something. The most worthless part or parts of something. They will settle on anything. They just settle for anything. Sisters in the truth settling for any man to make them their wife. Brothers out here in the world settled on being a nigga. Settled on being on the bottom of the world. On the bottom of society. That's the most worthless part of something. Right? He said there's going to be a coming time when I come and search them and punish them that are settled in their leaves. Y'all being complacent with the most weakest thing? You be complacent with being a nigga? And now you want to get mad at somebody else was called saying the word nigga? That's the most worthless part of it, man. He said, I'm going to come and punish them that are settled in their leaves. But now you're going to saying, in their heart, the Lord is not good and he ain't doing no evil. Now you settled in your train of thought. Now you were leaning on your own understanding. Right? So they said they were settled in their leads, and they said the Lord gonna come and punish them. That's basically complacent in whatever we're doing, man. Go to Revelation 3 and 15. No, we know this.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. How would thou work, cold or hot?
So I wish you'd be cold or hot. You need to pick a side. Don't be complacent in this thing, man. I'd rather you be either one. But if you go be complacent, then go and be complacent all the way. Don't try to walk through the walk on the Sabbath. But then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you ain't doing nothing for the Most High God, right? Read on.
So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Lukewarm is going into complacent. You lukewarm, man. You're doing just enough. You think that you've been in this truth 10 or 15 years that you can do just enough to get by now. You got to still be on fire the same way you was when you first got this truth, man. Right? Lukewarm is being complacent, man. I'm just doing just enough. I'm a teeter-totter. Nah. Most I say he don't want us to be complacent, but we have to be content with what he gives us, man. That's a big difference. Go to Amos 6 and 1.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 6, verse 1. Woe to them that are at ease in Zion.
Read that again.
Woe to them that are at ease in Zion.
He said, woe to them that are at ease in Zion. Woe to them, destruction to them. A lot of brothers and sisters at ease out here, man. They chilling with their guard down. They not ready. They not watchmen. They not on the watch. They're not being sober, watching for the devil. They're not doing none of that, man. They just are at ease right now. Too many brothers and sisters at ease right now, man. And he said destruction comes to them. Read on.
And trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations.
They trusted in the mountain of Samaria. Who they trusted in? The ways of the men of Samaria. When Samaria went out with the capital of Ephraim, right? The northern tribe, what did they go off into? Idolizing, right? The Syrian captivity, man. This is going into the Syrian captivity. But he said destruction to them, man. Because they are at ease right now with what the Syrians have brought to them. They are at ease with what the world bringing to them. That's why the Bible said, love not the world. Read on.
Which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came.
To whom the northern kingdom came to. See, the Syrians were the chief of the nation then, right? They were in control at that time. But they were at ease with that. They was cool with that. They was cool going to idolatry, man. But the Bible said, woe to them that are at ease, man, in Zion. That trust in the mountain or the ways of the Samaritans right now. Because they went out. They went into the Syrian captivity, trusting in those ways of idols, right? Let's get a couple more. Proverbs 10 and 4. So we can't be at ease in this kingdom right now. A lot of people be complacent with America, man. We complacent. Are we just going to be on the bottom? That's just what it's going to be. No, it's not. We just going to be slaves for the rest of our life. No, we not. We're not going to be complacent in this truth, though, man. Proverbs 10 and 4.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 4. He becometh poor that did it with a slack hand.
So when you do be complacent and you start being slack, because that's another word of being complacent, slack. When you start being slack, just barely doing enough, lukewarm, right? Just barely get by, then you become poor. Say, well, my words, these are the words of the Bible. When you start being complacent, then you start losing your mojo for the truth, right? You start losing that fire that you have for the truth because you get complacent in what you got now, right? It ain't enough. We complacent with thinking that, a couple black men sitting high and got nice jobs, right? We being complacent with that. That's not enough. Yeah, we supposed to be rulers of this kingdom. We supposed to be rulers of the world. Oh, I just got a company truck. They bought me a truck. They did this. Negro, they supposed to be doing whatever we tell them to do, man. Yeah, the truck supposed to be ours already. As if we want to get them a ride or not. No, we're not giving you a ride, you walk. Read that again.
Verse 4 from the top. He will become it poor that did it with a slack hand. But the hand of the diligent make it rich.
But you get rich. You stay on your course. You stay hot and ready and on fire and desire for this truth. Slack is complacent. But when you're not complacent, you gain rich. You get more rich and rich. Meaning that you stay on the right course, right? Rich going into what? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, getting rulership back, the kingdom, right? What we want. Read that one more time.
He become it poor that did it with a slack hand.
So you become poor when you deal with a slack hand, man. When you get complacent, you're going to start getting poor in this thing, man. Read on.
But the hand of the diligent make it rich.
But the hand of the diligent make it rich. Let's get one more. Luke 21 and 34. Luke 21 and 34.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 34. And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares.
It said, and take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and cares of this life, and so that they cometh upon you unaware. Let's get a definition for surfeiting. It says, cause to desire no more of something as a result of having consumed or done it to excess. Brothers and sisters, it's a surfing in this truth, man. Because you done consumed it a lot, because you done did it access. You know what I'm saying? You done did it a lot. Like I said, you've been with the truth 10, 12, 15 years, 8 years, and now you think that's all you have to do. Read that one more time. It said, take heed to yourselves, man.
And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with sulfur, and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares.
And now you so good in where you at when you being complacent, right? That's basically what it's saying. You complacent in where you at. You don't got no more time to grow. You don't got no more time to take counsel from nobody anymore, because you are complacent and suffering in where you are at. You done did it so much. Oh, I'm 12, 15 years to the good. I'm good. I done did this with a lot of existence. So I'm good, right? Now it becomes the day coming you unaware now. Because like I said, if you're dealing in slackness, you become poor, right? But if you stay on that thing and don't deal in slackness, you get rich. So slackness going into complacency. So we want to be content with what the Most High God gives us, but we don't want to be complacent in this walk. Stay on fire, brothers and sisters. Push. Encourage other brothers and sisters, man, to get on this ball so we can get the Most High to crack that sky with the Most Christ, right? We always say keep the law, statutes, commandments. Let's go to Deuteronomy 5. Matter of fact, let's go to Ecclesiastes 5 and 4. Let's get that.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 4.
Bring it out.
When thou vowest a vow unto God, defer not to pay it.
It said, when thou vowest a vow to the Most High, defer not to pay it. When we came into our nation, into our nationality, into our heritage, we vowed a vow to put this truth in. And this is until we die, brothers and sisters. We are making a vow with the Most High God to keep the charge until death, man. Romans 12:1, we are making our bodies a living sacrifice, man. This is a vow that we're giving to the Most High. Ain't no quitting. Ain't no giving up. Ain't no I've learned too much. Ain't no surfeiting. Ain't no getting complacent. Right? We got to end this vow that we vow to the Most High God and pay it, man. We paying back the blood that Hamashiach Yahushua shed for us, man. So that's until we shed our blood, man, right? This is the vow that we have made, man. Read on.
For he had no pleasure in foods. Pay that which thou hast vowed.
Pay that which thou hast vowed. Read on.
Better is it that thou shouldest not vow, than that thou vow, than that thou shouldest vow and not pay.
It would have been better if you just went on and stayed in the world, Israel. You done came into this truth. Now you done vowed to put this work in, and to death do us part, man, right? This is that marriage, man. This is that marriage. To death do us part. That covenant we made was what? Generations. Said this is an everlasting covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. We got to keep our word on that vow, Israel. We got to pay that vow back with our life, man. Right? Don't be content. You know what I'm saying? Be content with the Most High God give you, but don't be complacent. Pay the vow to the Most High God. Give him our life, man. That's the reason. That's our reasonable duty. Like I said, we thank you for tuning in. We hope brothers and sisters got edified tonight. Got some scriptures that you did have them. All praise to the Father. Jot it down. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube so you can get our Monday night classes, Wednesday night, Friday, as well as Saturday morning classes. We thank brothers and sisters that sent to the GoFundMe and the Cash App. That money is being greatly used, man. We're still trying to get the Houston, Texas, brothers and sisters. I know the brothers reached out to us about going to Austin next month. We're still debating on that. We're trying to, we just, we want to filter out things. We want to do things in order. Decency in order. So, like we said, Israel, keep pushing. Be content with the lot that the Most High God gave us, but don't get complacent in this walk. You got anything out? With that, say shalom, Israel.